phobia, the darkness and the death, failure and loneliness, ignore your nightmares and they just might come true. The beast under your bed is the same one in your head, watching and waiting in the shadows until you face your fears. Whoa, 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 face your fears. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Philophobia! Face your fear.
Hey guys, hope you're doing well. This is Dan from The Search for Truth. And today I am revealing, after over 24 years of research, it is finally coming out of the bag. We are finally digging in deep enough now, and people have shared enough information since the pandemic that the revealing is taking place that the medical system that we have been under seems to be quite a big sham in many ways. The old forms of conducting business in medical fields was to heal somebody, not to prolong an illness for as long as possible and mask the actual illness and just maintain the symptoms. So what we are looking at now from the old forms of medicine, it seems that they believe that most all forms of disease and problems came from either microscopic or slightly larger parasitic invasions in the body. We all have parasites in our body that our immune system takes care of, some single-celled, up to even the gross types that are worms. In third world countries, it would be nothing to think to treat someone for different types of parasites with things like wormwood and natural types of medicines to use, herbs and oils and such. But since the takeover of the Rothschilds and the Rockefeller medical system, everything changed into a form of how can we profit the most from the cattle. So now it is leaking out that even the scientific research and the medical research going back a very long time shows that most of the problems people facing is coming from different forms of parasites. So this is something you can look into on your own. I would not look on this channel to think you're going to find the answers, but perhaps other more free ones not restricted by the same people who own the medical facilities and groups and control it. It's all one small group controlling it all. So in the search for truth, we have found that medicine oftentimes is not what we think it is, and that we may look, if we're having any type of illness, into microscopic parasites, as the medical literature seems to be revealing. Now, I'm not a doctor. I am only a researcher. And so I will tell you to begin researching this, because the highest level that you will reach in the average medical facility or the round table of eggheads telling you we've scanned this and we've done that will not, because of protocol, tell you about the possibility that what you're having or what's going on could be parasitical problem. But the old medical books sure believed it. And we didn't have the 5,000 and 2,000% increases in different illnesses like we do now. So it is possible that as we search for truth, someone is purposely making us ill for profit. Or possibly they don't like us very much, and they feel we're a parasite in and of ourselves. This is just some research that I have been doing. I remember looking into cancer information some 20 years ago about how people were actually making themselves well and what they were doing for that to occur. And all their protocols seem to be the same. They may use some types of herbs and some types of cleansing things, and they would always juice vegetables. Now, the connection between this is now, if the use of anti-parasitic medicine is being found in the literature going back many, many years as a way to kill off different forms of this dreaded disease. And it's been proven to work. And now the cat is out of the bag that there are certain doctors using this medication, these anti-parasitic medications that are given to cows and chickens and dogs every month. And it's used in third world countries to treat different illnesses, worms that get into the eye and different weird things in these countries. And it's one of the safest drugs, whether it's ivermectin or fenbendazole. And now they're using it. And people with severe cases, sent home to die cases, are now getting well in rapid recovery times. Just like when people were juicing, it would take longer, 6 months, a year, as they went on these health protocols and juiced vegetables. We find that every single vegetable produces its own anti-parasitic chemicals to keep bugs from eating them up. And then the people were ingesting this live, fresh juice from these vegetables into their bodies. And eventually, over time, these possibly parasites would die. But now we have these medications that work rapidly and kill off things in a matter of 10 days or so. Now we can draw the connection if we're smart. I'm not claiming to be a doctor or claiming to know a cure. I'm just saying, as we are doing a search for truth, it's possible there could be a connection. And I can tell you what, I certainly would be looking into it before I would be injecting mustard gas into my veins to try to kill it. Do some research on that. This is Dan Collier for The Search for Truth. I hope you enjoy this. If you'd like further information, books, different things that may help you out in life, check the link below. I think you'll find it beneficial.
Hemophobia, the darkness and the death, failure and loneliness, ignore your nightmares and they just might come true. The beast under your bed is the same one in your head, watching and waiting in the shadows until you face your fears. Whoa, 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 face your fears. Whoa, whoa, Philophobia! Face your fear.